I believe that one of the greatest gifts a parent can give a child is an education. However, in order for a child to be educated, they need to come to school.
It was really hard to get out of bed. He says, "Mommy, my brain hurts. I'm all spent. I have no more. I can't." And I broke down and gave my 9-year-old a finance lesson. I said, "Here are the facts of life. We pay, as a child, your responsibility is to go to school, to learn as much as you can, to take this into the real world, as it were, to your job, to going to work every day, to having the money to pay for all these wonderful things that kids don't realize, where you live, your utilities, the food, the entertainment, the clothes, the car, and medical bills, everything. Your job pays for this."
Kids know when they're supposed to be in school, for one, so you just have to make it seem as though you know, and it's gonna, that's the way you want it to be. For one, I always say for work, you gotta show up for work. I always try to use my real life and try to show the kids how it's the same, or how eventually it's gonna convert to being adults. So I always tell them, if mommy didn't go to work every day, I wouldn't have a job. It's important, you're supposed to be there. It's what's expected, they're expecting you. You're a part of attendance. They want you to be there.
Good morning, Ryan.
Stop.
Good morning, Ryan. It's time to get up. Ryan, it's time to get up. We're gonna be late. Ryan, time to get up. This is like the 8th time I've woke you up.
Some advice that I can give families is the same advice I give our teachers here at school. We have rituals and routines. Every day, children know exactly what's going to happen at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. They know what's happening. There are routines that are very important. Routines and rituals at home will also ensure that your kids can get to school on time. Make sure that you have a dinner time that kids know each day is going to be dinner. Make sure kids go to bed on time so they get a full night's sleep. Problem solve the night before any problems that may be happening the following morning. For example, if the car isn't working, work out a way so that you can have the kids get a ride. Don't wait until almost 9 o'clock in the morning to solve those problems.
I'm tired and my tummy hurts. I don't want to.
And there's all those times when he wants to get up and he wants to play with his toys and play on his computer. I'm like, you are sick. Sick people, like in the hospital, stay in bed. They don't go out there running around the halls with their walkers. I've not seen any races amongst the sick people in the halls. If you decide not to go to school, there's all that fun, good stuff that you missed out of school. There's also the extra homework you'll do tomorrow. That means extra reading. That means extra math. And that means less of whatever you want to do. These are the facts of life.
We missed school, and especially when we first moved, the initial move, we took about a week off just to get the house and things moving. It was a big downer. When they went back to school, it was catch up. It was catch up. It was what's going on, what happened. The big aspects was my kids just generally not being there. When they came home, the conversation that we had seemed like they hadn't been to school in forever. I talked to my kids a lot. So when they came back, it was just, Mom, da, 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 da. And that let me know, like, wow. When they're at school, they're engaged, and when they miss it, it's a significant part of their life that's actually missed. Like they feel like they've missed a significant part.
And you realize when your children come home from school, they walked home, but they gotten off the bus, and you realize, and you ask them, how was your day? What did you do today? Who did you talk to? What friends were you sitting next to while you were listening, while you were learning math, or while you were in music class? What were you doing? And you realize they had a good day. And they had fun. They went to school saying, do I have to? And they came home saying, it was great. Yes, I had fun. I went to school today. And today was a day that awesome thing happened because I was there.
Get up before your kids. I think if you're up before your children, then getting up is not the hardest thing for them, because you're up, you're alert, you're not sounding like you're tired, and it's a chore for you to get out of bed. So I think if you lead by example, making some incentives for getting up, going to school. Hey, if you get to school on time every day, Friday for dinner, you can have an awesome dessert or a special snack to take to school for lunch. Kids love incentives. They love to get things.
You look back and you realize, this was a good idea. This was worth it. So whatever it is you're going to do, it's going to be good. You just have to give it a chance.